Coming up, spectacular show. An unusually strong solar storm hitting Earth is producing stunning displays of color in the skies across the Northern Hemisphere. It's also our picture of the week. We've got the details. Also, Top Dog, how this miniature poodle stole the show. Plus, golf legend Tiger Woods sits down with our pal Jackson Daly.
Golf could be an intimidating sport to get started in. Do you have advice for kids trying to get started in golf?
Yeah, just go to any kind of indoor or outdoor hitting bay, range. Just go hit balls.
And imagine if your imaginary friends came to life.
So, are there more of you?
Say no.
Yes. Oh, yeah, lots more. I mean, almost every kid has one.
Our Kids Edition correspondent takes us behind the scenes of the new movie, If.
I'm an if.
What does IF stand for?
Oh, if stands for imaginary friend. Get it? But also like, what if? Like, anything's possible.
This is NBC Nightly News Kids Edition.
Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. I'm Lester Holt. It's great to be with you guys. We have an awesome lineup ahead. From Caitlin Clark to Tiger Woods, and a little later on, actor and director John Krasinski will be here to talk about his new movie, If, and where the idea came from.
This was actually inspired by your daughters. Tell me about that.
It was inspired completely by my daughters because, as you would know, but us adults don't, they go into this magical world that is so special to them, and they are so authentic, and they get to be themselves. And I just thought, I want to go there, but of course I'm not invited. So I thought, why don't we make a movie about it?
We can't wait to bring you that story, but first, let's begin with a story making headlines this week. Many of you might have been lucky enough to witness an incredible show in the sky in recent days, and a rare sight. The Northern Lights, visible to tens of millions here in the U.S., it's all because of a series of solar storms that supercharged the aurora. Let's get details now from our pal George Solis.
Whoa, 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 whoa! It's the stunning and rare sky show captivating the nation from coast to coast.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
The Aurora Borealis, lighting up the night sky, from Wisconsin to the Arizona desert, and even as far south as Florida.
This is insane.
The vibrant greens, purples, pinks popping up across the planet are being caused by this, a massive geomagnetic storm on the sun.
The sun is really active right now.
Amy Barraclaw is the director of the Edelman Planetarium at Rowan University in New Jersey.
We're seeing them really far south. Why is that?
Right, so the northern lights are pretty common, but this particular storm that's hit us is so big that it's sending so many particles down to us that it's pushing that circle of light all the way down as far south as Florida, possibly even Hawaii.
Amy, taking us inside the planetarium to show us a photo of the sun taken today.
You can see that huge one right there.
That's the culprit.
That's the culprit. That's what's causing that huge storm.
Back here on Earth, stargazers treated to a rare spring light show, well worth staying up for.
All right, George, thanks so much for that. And speaking of the Northern Lights, it is our picture of the week. This fourth grade class from Riceville, Iowa, sent us in this amazing photo of the Northern Lights from the Riceville Elementary School playground, where the Northern Lights were on full display from the solar storm. A big thank you to Mrs. Caldwell's fourth grade class. Unfortunately, here in New York City, too many bright lights. We weren't able to see it. Meantime, the 148th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show took place this week here in New York City. 200 breeds competed in 7 groups. Sage, a miniature poodle, took home the top prize, Best in Show. Sage beat out 6 other finalists and is the first female Best in Show winner since 2020. Congrats to Sage. In other animal news, if you will, the Brookfield Zoo Chicago is welcoming 2 new additions, a pair of koalas, for the first time in its history. Brumby and Willem will make their public debut later this month.
There are 2 boys. They're both about 2 years old, a little over that. Their names are Willem and Brumby, and they're coming to us from the San Diego Zoo. Willem is an Aboriginal word meaning hut, and Brumby actually is an Aboriginal word meaning wild horse.
Did you know koalas are related to kangaroos? They are not bears, they are marsupials. Turning now to sports. Caitlin Clark played in her very first regular season WNBA game this week with her new team, the Indiana Fever. And this leads to our pop quiz. The question, what city do the Indiana Fever play home games in? Is it A, Indianapolis, B, South Bend, or C, Des Moines? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, time's up. The answer is A, Indianapolis. The city the Indiana Fever calls home, Indianapolis, also happens to be the state capital of Indiana. And speaking of sports, he's a legend on the golf course with 15 major championships. And now Tiger Woods is teeing up again this week at Valhalla in the 106th PGA Championship. Our pal Jackson Daly had a chance to sit down with Tiger Woods recently to talk about the sport and get his advice for kids and how it feels to be golfing alongside his teenage son.
He's a history-making athlete with a legendary swing. Tiger Woods started golfing when he was very young. By 5, Tiger was already turning heads, a student of the game.
Putting, hitting, chipping.
Would you like to be a pro golfer?
Yes.
And it didn't take him long. At 16, Tiger played in his first professional golf tournament. From there, the rest is history. A legend on the green was born. Today, Tiger Woods is regarded as one of the greatest golfers of all time.
Golf could be an intimidating sport to get started in. Do you have advice for kids trying to get started in golf?
Yeah, just go to any kind of indoor or outdoor hitting bay, range. Just go hit balls. It doesn't matter about playing golf courses. And not when you're just starting. Just go to range, just hit balls, just slap it around and enjoy making contact. It's all about just getting out there and just getting the reps in and getting started.
Now, Tiger's teenage son Charlie is playing alongside him.
I'm the same age as your son Charlie, and I golf with my dad a lot. I'm sure you golf with Charlie a lot. Are there any specific memories that stand out as him as a golfer or on the golf course?
No, I wouldn't say nothing specific. I think that it's just we have just a great time doing it. I do it for a living. The fact that he likes doing it, now he's able to speak golf, you know, and talk about clubs and shafts and lie angles and shot selections and course strategy, and he's starting to get the IQ part of playing. And that's what it takes. If you're going to go any further in this game, you're going to have an IQ of how to play. And he's asking all the right questions. It's just that sometimes he doesn't want to hear all the answers.
Yeah, same thing. My dad tries to teach me, and I'll take pointers from anybody else except him. Is it the same with Charlie?
Yeah,
do you feel
much.
that you're the GOAT, but he still can't take it from you?
Yeah, he's getting better at it. Like any kid, you got to just make sure and suggest it that it's their idea, and then they'll own it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just white noise.
I know there's obviously a lot of talk about Charlie with golf, but your daughter Sam, does she have any interest in golf too?
Zero.
Really?
Absolutely zero. No, she has absolutely zero interest in golf.
Same thing with my sisters. My dad's tried many times.
No, my Sam's issue was that she hated golf for the longest time, and you saw her at the father-son was the first time she actually wanted to participate, just because she hated that golf took Daddy away from her. You know, the traveling, right? So when I was playing full time, it was the packing. She said, you know, Daddy, don't go. I said, well, it's part of my job, sweetheart, I got to go. And she just had a stigma about the sport, which I totally get. We do other things that are non-golf, that's just between us, that we have as our own thing that we do and that we enjoy.
Yeah. I'm a freshman. I tried out for my varsity golf team. I didn't make it, but what would you say to kids who tried out for something, didn't make it? How would you deal with failure?
Keep coming back, work harder. There's always another day, another opportunity to get better, and keep grinding. I mean, MJ didn't make the varsity team either his freshman year. So it doesn't mean that you're bound for greatness in your whatever you're going to do, but you can get better at it. And nothing's guaranteed. That's the thing, especially in what I do in sports. Nothing's guaranteed. You got to go out there and earn it each and every day, and you got to go get it. Specifically in a sport like mine, where there's no coaches pushing you, you have to find that inner push, that inner drive, And then when you're in a team sport, the separator is you have coaches pushing you, but you also have the inner drive of the individual athlete. There's always asking the question, how can I get just a little bit better, a little bit more efficient? Either changing my style or just creating something new that is better. That is something that I think comes from within, and I think that people can control that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jack, no problem, anytime.
For Nightly News Kids Edition, I'm Jackson Daly. Back to you, Lester.
Jackson, thanks. Such a great interview. Well, there is a new movie coming to theaters this weekend that has imaginations running wild. It's called If. Our Kids Edition correspondent Joaquin caught up with some of the cast.
Imagine if...
What if I told you imaginary friends are real?
Imaginary friends came to life.
Are any of them scary?
Worse, desperate.
In the new movie If, that's exactly what happens. You just believe.
What are you anyway?
An if.
Actor John Krasinski wrote and directed If. He also plays the role of Dad, something he knows a thing or two about from real life. Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you so much.
This was actually inspired by your daughters. Tell me about that.
It was inspired completely by my daughters because, as you would know, but us adults don't, they go into this magical world that is so special to them, and they are so authentic, and they get to be themselves. And I just thought, I want to go there, but of course I'm not invited. So I thought, why don't we make a movie about it? And it was actually during the pandemic that I realized, what if you could make a movie about that decision about when you grow up, do you have to give up your imaginary world? And the answer is no.
You said you had a wild imagination as a kid. What do you remember? And did you have any imaginary friends as a kid?
I did have an imaginary friend. His name was Sam Brace, and it's because I always wanted braces when I was a kid. I don't know if you've had braces, but it turns out they're not as fun as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But Sam and I, we used to go to the video store and rent videos of movies. And on the way, we would pretend we were in movies. So I was in action movies, comedy movies, horror movies, even though I hadn't seen a horror movie. We just ran away from werewolves, which I thought was kind of the biggest bad guy you could have. And so Sam Brace and I went through all that stuff. It's funny, when I've been doing press, I realized, what if Sam Brace directed this movie and it wasn't me at all?
Last week, I just started falling apart. Oh.
You're sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Honestly, Doc, if this is how it's going to be, I'm just going to wheel myself back and plug in.
Luckily, it was John Krasinski, and he pulled together an amazing cast, including his pal, Ryan Reynolds.
Fantasy's a bit of a Pandora's box.
Maybe their person likes superheroes.
And also Kaylee Fleming.
So are there more of you?
Who was 15 when she landed the part of Bee.
It's a big deal to act a role like this. Was it true you were wearing pajama pants when you found out you got it?
You're getting straight to the point. Yes, I was, and I'm very embarrassed. That's so embarrassing. I'll tell you the story. So I was doing a Zoom call with John, and he was offering me the role, and I put a sweater on, because like on Zoom you can only see like waist up, so I put a sweater on, and I brushed my hair because I was trying to be professional. And but I'm a dancer, so I sit like with my leg up. Yeah. And I had these bright red pants on with stormtroopers from Star Wars. They were actually little boys' pants. And he offered me the role, and then he told me he liked my pants, and I was so embarrassed. Oh my gosh, it still haunts me to this day. I can help you.
How?
Because I'm a kid.
You are the chosen one. No. Let's not give her a complex.
Good luck, short stack. It's all up to you.
No pressure.
What I loved most about the movie was how the movie made me feel, like inside.
Really?
What was your favorite part about the movie?
I think I always knew that imagination was important, but it just really stressed the importance to me. It's such a, I don't know, I just feel like growing up you have to hold on to it, because people grow up and then they think, oh, I can't have fun anymore, or I can't be creative, but that's not true. So even when I'm older, I hope to still have a big imagination.
Sorry, it's just so exciting.
Starring alongside Kaylee's character is Blue, voiced by the one and only Steve Carell.
I'm an if.
What does IF stand for?
Oh, if stands for imaginary friend. Get it? But also like, what if? Like, anything's possible.
This is amazing. You're an actual imaginary friend. Are there more of you?
Oh, yeah, lots more. I mean, almost every kid has one. Had one.
Had one? You mean they don't have them anymore?
Oh, no, they do. We never leave. We're always here for our kids no matter what. But kids grow up And when they do, they stop seeing us.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh, yeah. For a while there, it was so sad. But then we figured it out.
Figured what out?
How to get our kids to see us again.
Really? And how do you do that?
Oh, spoiler alert. You'll have to see the movie.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, speaking of the movie, did you have a good time making it?
Are you kidding? It was one of the funnest, most magical, fun balls of fun.
Blue? What do you hope people take away from this movie? What do you hope they leave the theater remembering?
That you're never alone. That your if is always there for you. All you have to do is turn around and see.
See what?
That you're never too old to be a kid.
As a kid myself, this definitely reminded me. We can all use an if.
Almost every kid has one.
Imaginary friends are really just versions of us, right? It's things that we need, it's things that we love. So whether it's you need a hug, or you need somebody to talk to, or you need someone to laugh with and get your jokes, whatever it is, those imaginary friends are your truest friends because they know exactly what you need and what you want and what you like. And so, I don't know, it's just when you wake up and maybe you're having a bad day, it's just nice to know that someone's got your back.
This is just so exciting.
Okay, Joaquin, thanks so much. This might, by the way, be our first official Nightly News Kids edition interview with an imaginary friend. Way to go, Joaquin. Finally, in our Inspiring Kids series, our friend Tim Furlong introduces us to the newest player on the Philadelphia Union and their youngest ever.
Philly, this is home.
Kevin Sullivan is from Norristown and will now begin his pro career with a lucrative contract with his hometown team. And yes, he is that good, already holding his own with his much older teammates.
When a practice starts and guys give you the ball, that's the ultimate sign of respect. And within 10 seconds into the first training session, they gave him the ball. That's probably the simplest way I could put it.
Coaches say the young attacking midfielder who has come up through the Union's academy is next-level creative with or without the ball. He's fearless and deadly accurate with his shots, comparing him to some of the greats in the entire sport. And again, he's 14.
To be totally honest, I'm a pretty boring kid. I don't do much outside of soccer. It's really my life. I do like in the summers to go down the shore. I mean, when I'm there, I'm juggling on the beach, so.
Mom and Dad both played soccer for Penn, and Kevin's older brother Quinn is already on the Union. His two other brothers are also solid players, and the boys, sort of keep each other grounded, whatever it takes.
Yeah, the battles in the house between the brothers are insane, so. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's fisticuffs, and you gotta let it go for a certain amount, and then like Quinn steps in and says, "I will beat all of you if you don't get it together." So
gets on the field before the end of July. He's going to be the youngest player to ever debut in an MLS game, and while the team can't talk about it, it has been widely reported that when Kevin turns 18, he's going to play for Manchester City, one of the top English Premier League teams. So enjoy this kid here while you can.
Which we all know, Philadelphians, we get behind our own, and we're very proud. And this is a story that intertwines and relates to that.
Well, that's going to do it for us parents. Just a reminder, if your child has a question about any topic in the news, email a video to us at NightlyNewsKids@NBCUni.com, and we'll try to answer them in an upcoming episode. You can also follow us on Instagram at NightlyKids. And just a program note, you can catch a new episode of Nightly News Kids Edition this Saturday on NBC. Check your local listings for the time in your area. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to take care of yourself and each other. So long.